Dream Report is a reporting tool that allows you to visualize data from multiple sources. These videos are designed to help you get up and running with Dream Report in no time. So let's jump right in. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show how easy it is to actually create and set up communications to a Rockwell controller. So within Dream Report, first thing you're going to want to do when you're creating any application or starting off is to actually define your drivers for communication to your real world devices. So I'm going to click on driver configuration, and for Rockwell I'll go to Rockwell Automation, Rockwell PLCs and real-time values. I'm going to give it a name, and then I'm going to click on configure. And during the configuration process, you will give it the IP address of the PLC and the path or the slot ID. And basically what that is we're using the SIP path syntax for getting to that Rockwell controller. And in my case, the IP address of the Rockwell controller is 192.168.10.202. And the path, if you remember this, is 1 for the rack and then 0 for the slot. Well, I'm in slot 0 with my CPU, so that would be a 0. And then you specify the CPU type, and in my case, it's a Logix or Compact Logix PLC. I'm going to click Test Configuration, and you can see I've got a test connection succeeded. Click OK, and then I'm going to tell it to get the tags out of that controller. And you can see it pulled in all the tags, and we've got 2 in there that we're going to be interested in is the temp and amps tag. And I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to click OK. So that's how simple it is to actually set up the driver to communicate or for getting data from the Rockwell controllers. To test this out now, we're going to go in and we're going to create just a simple report. And these reports, now we're going to get into this in later videos, how to configure these and set all that up. But for right now, I'm just going to go into report file format. I'm going to have a PDF format. I'm going to have a web format for a PC. And I'm going to do settings, and I'm going to just tell it I want to, every 5 seconds, I want it to auto-update on the web. And again, we'll get into the details of how to configure the settings for reports and things. We're just doing this to test that we're actually getting values back into Dream Report. So I'll click OK, click Apply, click OK. And now I'm just going to drop a data field onto the report. And the one that I'm going to use is this express data, or expression data, and I'm going to give it a name. And consider we're going to be pulling the amps tag. I'm just going to call it echo amps, and then I've got to define the data source. So I'll click those 3 little buttons there, or the 3 little periods, and I'll click echo, because if you remember, whenever I created the driver for the Rockwell controller, I called it echo. So click on echo, and then I'm going to pick the tag that I want. In this case, I want amps. And I'm going to say OK, and then I'm going to do an add. And what that's going to do is it's going to take that expression data field and hits the value from the controller for that field. So echo amps is going to be the value we see displayed. So I'm going to click OK. Now at this point, we're done configuring this simple report, and I'm just going to tell it to run the project. And it's going to ask me, do you want to save changes before running the project? And yes, I do. So at this point is uploading it up to the Dream Report runtime engine. And as soon as it completes doing that, I'm going to see the runtime management console come up, and I can go in here and do a generate. And when I do that generate, I should be able to open the PDF, and we will see values coming in. Now, while we're here, if you remember, I also set up the web connection, so we're going to go in and we're going to take a look at that just so we can see that value change, refresh automatically. So I'm going to go to the web page, and there's 21, and 5 seconds later this should update, and there we go. So we are actually communicating to the controller. Let us know if this video was helpful by clicking the like button below. If you want to learn more about Dream Report, contact your local ES&E representative.